Yeah, definitely. Biennials and triennials are nowadays the forums where architecture is being discussed, and even architectural schools are present in these biennials. So architectural education, practice are totally influenced by the topics that are brought in the biennials. And not only that, I think biennials and triennials are very important now for the development of cities. So they are not only a festive event, they are also a mechanism that is used by governments to start conversations about the cities and their transformations. I will be disappointed because I think the event that is more inspiring to me are the concerts of Beyoncé. I think that are wonderful events where you have a big crowd, you have to manage the crowd, social media, communications, dance, and I think right now I'm quite inspired by the architecture that is produced around these big events, even more than an architectural exhibition, but maybe I'm too mean. At the beginning, I found the topic of free space quite problematic because it wasn't addressing the political questions that we are facing today. Questions about refugees or migrants. So how come we can talk about free space where so many people is not able to even circulate freely, or when even we have the Brexit coming and so on. And the way in which the curators positioned the topic, I thought it was quite neutral and was not addressing these questions. Now I see that maybe they were trying to precisely give a very subtle definition of free space and allow that free space for other people to respond on that. The way in which we have addressed is bringing the work of Constance and the New Babylon that was paradigm of architecture of free space, where society was not organized around labor, but was organized around leisure and play. And there were no architects because everyone was an architect. Everyone will design its own space. So we wanted to start with that project and reflect on those questions on labor, the future of labor, and automation, because that project was only possible because machines will do the work that otherwise humans will do. Well, as you can see, the pavilion is quite orange, so we are already a bit promoting the Netherlands, but it's also a subtle criticism and celebration of the how Netherlands treats technology and how the transformation of the landscape has been part of the Netherlands since the beginning. So it's a very artificial landscape, and they have been developing innovations in terms of technology and architecture for centuries. And some of them are quite inspiring, both as a way to understand what it will be the future of our cities and maybe even to prevent it, such as the greenhouses that are completely automated, the port of Rotterdam that is also automated, the dairy farms where cows are taken care by robots. So all these spaces that in which architects almost don't have any agency on them, on their design, and yet we think that are really interesting and are the epicenter of the transformations of labor and also transformations of our cities.